The Great Sewage Flood, Part 2. So here's all the water coming in that came from over where the sewage flood came from over there. I covered that in Part 1. Actually, that whole sidewalk was covered back then. But all the water's made it around and over to here. And now all this stuff is cross-contaminated. We have all our plants that they would like us to move on our patio, and I'll show you why that is not practical for anybody to move their plants on a patio here when I look around and I see all this stuff. But here's more of that sewage water coming up this way. I'm calling it sewage water because there was raw sewage over there and they flooded it with irrigation, and now the irrigation has brought the raw sewage here. But I'm coming up here on our patio, which also has drainage issues like crazy here. I can't even tell you how bad it is other than to say, look at the water stains and how far they come out. You can't really see this one, but it actually comes all the way out to about 4 feet. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 feet away from the wall is how much water pools up here every time it rains. And there's no drainage here. The drainage runs the wrong way. This area, there's no drainage. We have to put our rubberized carpet mats here to make sure that we don't slip on this tile when it's wet every time it rains. But because there's no drainage, it's also wet underneath it almost all the time. We have to take it out on a regular basis, stick it out in the sunshine, let it dry out, and also let this area dry out so that mold doesn't build up. But the drainage problem is also from the roof line. The drip line of the roof lands on the wall. I've covered this many times in a video. You can see all the degranulation of tiles coming off of the roof. And it wouldn't be on this wall if it didn't hit the wall. And there it is down on the ground inside here and around the side. These roofs need to be inspected. That's a lot of degranulation. And it was only from one storm about a month ago. And we just have not had a chance to get out here and clean and sweep this place up because we're having to deal with our landlord and legal issues and trying to deal with all of that. But here we are. This is what we live in now, is a flooded zone that's now flooded with sewage. Grant, there might be trace elements, but who knows what bacteria is in there, and that's why you don't put sewage water on public property.